Hello guys, a very good morning to one and all present here. This is Amrit Kaur welcoming all of you on the platform Bankers Adar 24/7, which is Adar 24/7 English medium and regulatory bodies and SO 24/7. How are you all doing? Can you please all just put a thumbs up and show me that yes, I am visible and audible to each one of you? Yes, aaj class hai and class is happening right now. Can you all hear me well, guys? Am I audible, visible to all of you? Need a quick thumbs up. Is the voice okay? Please tell me. Perfect. I hope I'm visible and audible to each one of you because few replies have just entered in. And moving the session with today's particular Hindu analysis, and herein we'll be discussing about, my dear, about the questions, about the some sort of error detection questions will be very evident from the passage itself. How are you all doing? Harsh, Ajay, Ace, very good morning to each one of you. So moving forward with the session which says do it now, because sometimes this word later becomes never, and I've been following this particular motivational quote by heart. Obviously, this later word will never ever come in our lives only. Be it me, be it you all guys, it will never come. Thank you, Mukesh. So, all of you, please kindly, I'm telling you in prior only, whosoever is joining the session, make sure you are sharing. Quickly share or hit on the share button, hit on the bell icon so that you can subscribe the channel. Whatever topics which we are coming up in throughout the day, that will be quite evident to all of you. So, these are the 4 sessions which I take on YouTube every day. 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. So 1, 4, 10, 8, all sessions are equally important, guys, because somehow we have planned what all sessions should come to your knowledge. Vocabulary किस लिए important है? Why there is a need for your Hindu analysis? Why there is a need for IBPS clerk now? And no, why? What happened, Sam? So, my dear, this is the coverage of today's session. So, we will be covering all these things. If we talk about revision words, one word substitution, some phrasal verbs, and we will be emphasizing very much on the editorial vocabulary and the analysis, which is again very important, right? So, the first word here in front of us is vigorous. Now, what do you mean by vigorous? Thank you. You all have made my day. You have really shared, I think, the session, and the students are coming in. So share it little bit more. So vigorous means what? When you're very powerful, when you're very strenuous is called, when you're very potent, you have that potential. Right, you have that potential. So that word is called, my dear, vigorous here. So powerful, potent, and strenuous here. But opposite, what will be the opposite? Somebody who is not powerful, somebody who is very fragile. Right, somebody who is very fragile, somebody who is very weak here. So weak, fragile. Now, fragile is somewhat who's breakable, who's very easily breakable. Like if we talk about rubber is a substance which is very fragile in its nature. So its nature is very fragile, very brittle. So very brittle. Right. Now, if it's potent here means powerful, when you have that power. Impotent is when you do not have the power. That's called impotent. Clear? Now, example here says, it is said that the vigorous exercise increases oxygen consumption. Now, the powerful exercise, strenuous, some very rigorous, you can say, exercise will help to increase the oxygen consumption. Next word is dismal. Again, I told you, I keep on telling you guys, when we talk about the word dis here denotes the negative thing of that word. Do you all agree with me? Whenever we talk about the word called dismantle, dismal, dissent, yesterday only we did one word called dissent. Now you all are just becoming professionals in vocabulary. I can actually relate that, because the way we are doing it, I'm sure you all are, and eventually you will gradually reach to that pace, which is, of course, you have to, and you will, surely you will. I have that full faith in all of you. Okay, guys? Okay, so moving forward, when I say dismal means something which is sad, something which is gloomy. Again, a negative word here. So dismal here stands for the word gloomy. Synonyms, some glum, some mournful, something which is sad. Now, on the other hand, something which is very cheerful, which is very joyful, which is very jovial. You remember we did one word in context to jovial, it was jubilant. Jubilant. You remember this word? Jubilant, cheerful, when you're happy, euphoria, elated. Now see how I am able to relate all these words because of, guys, consistent practice. Maybe, possibly, I am writing these words for all of you. I am making this slides for all of you. So this is also helping me to remember those words, to memorize those words, and with practice. Probably teaching, making slides, writing on the board, dictating all those words for all of you. Right? Clear to everyone? So stay positive for that, Mukesh. Positivity really matters a lot. You remember, we always have noticed, you must have noticed that I always try to get some positive quotes, some very motivational quotes for all of you right early in the morning, because I want to start your session with some good motivation. Right. Apart from that, hello Prabhakar. Good morning. How are you, Preeti? Preeti says is like, I think Preeti has left. On the other session, Preeti is there. But rather than saying hi, she has said bye in the beginning only. Probably of the wait, maybe, right? Thank you. Thank you so much. So moving forward, again, this is his dismal mood was not dispelled by finding the house empty. Are you all aware? Are you all clear? Are you all done with whatever words we have done? Guys, see, we don't have to do words here. We have to do in such a spirit that we are learning and we are revising, which is very important. Cramp is to hinder. Now, when hinder comes, hinder means when you're creating some obstruction, some challenge, you're trying to create some rukawat, right? So hinder, impeding, and inhibit. Opposite would be when you facilitate. When you facilitate the path, this is called hinder here. Example, tighter rules cramp economic growth. Clear. Abeyance. Abeyance means suspension. This is not that obeyance. Obeyance is when you have to obey the laws, when you have to go by the laws, when you have to abide by the laws. This is here the word called abeyance. Clear to everyone? Guys, the session here happens daily 8 a.m. in English medium. The one, those who are not aware, कृपया करके English को English में सीखें. Of course, when you are speaking, you are not requiring Hindi. And of course, when you're writing or taking down the exam, nobody will come and give you some Hindi options or some Hindi translation for this. Right? So it is my personal suggestion to all of you. English is a beautiful language, isn't it, guys? It's a beautiful, superb language. So, guys, please learn English in English rather than learning English in Hindi. अच्छा अबे चलिए इसका हिंदी मतलब ये है, अंग्रेजी मतलब ये है. अब इसको हमने just figure out the easier. If you don't understand the English tougher meaning, understand, try to figure out the easy meaning for this particular word. Can you all just do that? Quickly put a thumbs up. Can you all just do that? Yes or no? So, when I think, yes, very true, Mukesh, in a way. Suraj has just joined the session. All right. So, abeyance, you all know when we talk about suspension, when we talk about remission. So, when we talk about suspension is what? When you're releasing something, right? So that a state of, you can say, a temporary suspension here, right? So matters were held in abeyance pending further inquiries. English is very hard. Who is saying that? Who is saying that? So something when you're trying to suspension is you're also trying to postpone, you can say. You can say other words, if you're not able to understand, you are able to postpone something which is incomplete. Right? Any other word? If you are something when you reserve. See, so many words I have written here. My dear, first of all, please have built that strong relation with the subject called English. प्लीज गाइज, राइट, कोई भी अगर आप लेक्चर फॉलो कर रहे हो, प्लीज स्टार्ट मेंटेनिंग दैट फ्रेंडशिप विद द लेक्चर, rather than going out with girlfriends, boyfriends on a rainy day or in a good weather. Please, whatever will come to you with this education. If you are well educated, if you have money, if you have good name and fame, if you have a good job profile with you, people will run after you. Do you all agree with me? Yes or no? So the girls or the boys, those you are thinking that yes, oh yes, we try to see our future together. What is this future without this name, fame, and money? Of course, money is mandatory. Of course, the job is mandatory. Of course, when time will go, nobody will ask you where you are standing. This is only time and your practice, my dear. Right? So please, I try to motivate you each time, in every session, every day. Understand the need of studies, guys. Again, this is something which you have been doing from the school time. This is not something that you have adopted new. क्या आपने पढ़ाई को एक नया adopt किया है पढ़ाई को आपने? No, you've been doing it from past many years. Who all are graduates in my class? Please tell me. Who all are graduates in my session? Tell me, please. Can you all, first of all, quickly share the session? Those who are just joining, keep on sharing. Who all are graduates? Quickly write yes, ma'am. I will understand with a Y or N. Those who are not can put a N. I am a Bengali madam. Oh, great. No replies came. You're a postgraduate. Okay. Ace. Pursuing PG. Undergrad. So see, guys, maximum students are graduate. Maximum on an average. Good, you're in PG or you are pursuing or you have you are through or done with the PG. That's really great. The point here is to understand that maximum of you, see, maximum, yes. Thank you so much. Aradhana is just a dearest heart. She is always, motivating and making my day, always. Thank you, Aradhana, for all the compliments you try to put in. Okay. Now, guys, you all are graduates. Now you all understand you are not kids anymore. You are not kids anymore. This is something which you started right away in your school. If we talk about one single word called study or studies. तो ये पढ़ाई का शब्द आपने अपने LKG, UKG या मैक्सिमम लगा लीजिए अच्छे ढंग से फर्स्ट स्टैंडर्ड में शुरू कर दिया था. This is not something new. You just have to do some better smart work. You all are aware, you all are mature person. Nobody is a kid in my class belonging to a even school level is not a kid right now, right? They are also very well matured. They are aware what to do, how to do, when to do, what to study, from where to study. They know everything, right? So please, guys, this is really hard time, but and my hard words could pinch you, but then whatever you are losing now will never ever come back into your life. I can give you in writing. So please, and of course you all are so brilliant. If you talk about selection is meant for all of you, but the only difference, what is the only difference between a winner and a loser? Just tell me, what is the only difference if we talk about between a winner and a loser? Or where did it go? Any answers? No answer came to me. Tell me, guys. So difference between a winner and a loser is the strategy could be and the way they do, the way they perform. So the way they perform or the way they do is the only difference, is something which matters here. So So the next word here is thrive without wasting much time. It was just inspiring all of you guys. We were not actually wasting time, right? The next word here is thrive. Thrive means to flourish. When I say flourish, flourish means to prosper something, to burgeon something. Now this burgeon word, examiner will look up to you for this word. The examiner will not say thriving means rising. Flourishing, prospering means rising when you are growing. So rising, when you are growing, these are the words, these are some basic words which stands for the word called thrive. अब इनको आप हिंदी में learn करेंगे. Will you say ऊपर उठना? Will you say आगे बढ़ना? Will you remember this word with this in such a way? No. A straight no, a big no. Please understand English in English. Be it चाहे आप आसान शब्द से उसको समझिए, but understand English in English, guys. Maybe tomorrow you will realize its importance. That Amrit ma'am said us very true in the session. आगे जाके कुछ सालों में भी, not just for the exam purpose, from other purposes as well, it will help you. So you should always say thrive means prosper, thrive means to burgeon, thrive means to rise and grow, right? Now when you're declining means a fall. You're not rising, it's a fall, decline. Education groups thrive on organization means they prosper on the organization, they grow on the organization. Clear? Thank you, Mukesh. Next is obnoxious. No, obnoxious is something fishy word. She was very obnoxious. I have just said it without even reading the meanings and everything. Obnoxious means, my dear, when I talk to you about the word called unpleasant, when somebody is unpleasant, that is called obnoxious. When somebody is disagreeable, somebody is not pleasant. So opposite here would be somebody who is very pleasant, somebody who is very delightful, very pleasing, somebody who is very pleasing. Am I an obnoxious person or no? Question mark. Is Amrit ma'am obnoxious or not? Please tell me. Obnoxious? Question mark. Yes or no? So now you all will remember. With the teacher you can relate it, right? So someone who's disagreeable, someone who's very unpleasant, somebody who's very delightful and pleasant is. The room was filled up with obnoxious sound, with some unpleasant sound. Noisy. It was very noisy. Right? Ace, my dear, yesterday was a very busy day. I had shared the PDF 2 a.m. कल रात को 2 बजे मैंने PDF शेयर किया था. Have you all got it? Have you all received? Because I was preparing that time the slides for you guys. See the hard work a teacher is doing for all of you guys. रात को 2 बजे तक I was preparing the PPT and I shared also. So the people, those who are connected in the group, connected in the Telegram, could relate. They must have got the PDFs also. Yuvraj, please help Ace. Sam, please help Ace. So Ace, you will find out that. Do not worry. Students will tell you and help you on that. Right. So chaliye, with this session, PDF will reach to you. Do not worry about that. But guys, trust me again, I am doing a lot of work for all of you. This is my request that each one of you should come up with the sharing the session. The idiom for the day here is as cold as stone. Now, when you're warm means you are very sympathetic. But when you're cold-blooded is a negative word. You're being very cold. You're being very unemotional. You're not emotionally attached to the person. You're not sympathetic. Means you're not warm here. Right? Clear to everyone? Oh my God, you all have just made my day, and please, I'll be glad to read all these the comments you are putting in here. Please put it in when the session is over, guys, comment box aata hai, wahan daliye so that I can read it and cherish it for a longer period of time, because this will anyways go in a while. Yes, my dear Sam, this is what life has become. Yes, but all the dedication and all the hard work is completely and solely for all of you guys. You all are very dear to me. You must have seen, no, you are there on the Telegram. You must have seen the time when I share the people, because the whole day yesterday I did not get time. I was very occupied here with back-to-back classes, with some sessions, and I tried to prepare some good shots for all of you. Then shots is also very mandatory, very necessary. So making those small shots, maybe probably some I try for some idioms of the day. I try sometimes basic English versus advanced English. So सब कुछ आपके लिए ही हो रहा है guys. सब कुछ is happening just for all of you. Right? This is why I say अगर I am doing something दिल से, please you also come up doing something दिल से. Right? So do you all promise me you will do whatever you are doing for me with the bottom of your heart? दिल से करोगे तो सब कुछ होगा guys. Right? बोर्ड पर लिख दो, ये बच्चे भूल जाते हैं. How caring युवराज. तो काइंडली शेयर द सेशन. लीजिए, मैंने युवराज की बात मान ली और इसको प्लीज गाइस शेयर कर दो. अपना अपना टास्क कर दो जैसे मैंने अपना टास्क किया. चलिए, नाउ बीइंग कोल्ड मींस व्हेन यू आर वेरी कोल्ड हार्टेड एंड यू आर नॉट sympathetic to the person, you are not emotional. So being very cold and unemotional is called as cold as stone. Clear to everyone? For example, thank you Mukesh, the Victorian times many women were told to suppress their feelings and thus appeared as cold as stone, means as unemotional, somebody who is not warm, not sympathetic. So the phrasal word here for all of you is to run into. Now when you run into something doesn't mean you're just hitting someone. Run into someone means you meet someone by chance. Now if I say this, you meet someone suddenly by chance, achanak se, you go to a mall, you run into your ex-boyfriend, your ex-girlfriend, means you meet them suddenly. Clear to everyone? Acha, how many of you have faced this thing in your life that you are roaming around and then you run into your ex-girlfriends, ex-boyfriends? How let's see, it is the youth, so this is why this question is for all of you. Otherwise, so if I would have if I would have been in a class wherein I'm teaching all the officer level students when they prepare for the SO groups and all, then I would have not asked such questions. So this is for you. You are the youth now. So Sam is saying yes, ma'am. With me, it has happened. Khushi is also quite excited. Sanju, Hari Krishna, very good. Hari Krishna, Sanju Prabhakar. जल्दी से बताइए कि आपके साथ कभी ऐसा हुआ है? You are into some mall या आप कहीं घूम रहे हैं, shopping कर रहे हैं, and you just run into your ex girlfriend or boyfriend. दिल दुख गया था. ये बहुत जरूरी है जानना. यही तरीका है that you will learn this sort of vocabulary or phrasal verbs. Otherwise तो class खत्म, words खत्म. कौन मैम, कौन वर्ड्स, कौन फ्रेजल वर्ब्स, हम किसी को नहीं जानते. इज इट? चलिए, इट्स ओके क्षितिज, कोई बात नहीं. एवरीबडी विल नाउ बी वेरी मच जलेबी की तरह सीधा. यस मैम, वी डू नॉट हैव एनीवन. चलो, great to hear. I will not repeat all the comments. I think you can read all the comments perfectly. So bache, when I say you run into something means you meet someone very suddenly, very unexpectedly, right? kabhi nahi bhuloge. Ab this is my challenge, this is my what do I say, challenge, not a challenge, but this is my strong belief that you will not forget this word ever now. So example here would be, I hadn't seen him in months, but I ran into him at the supermarket last week. Guess who I ran into today? So means just guess who I met suddenly or unexpectedly today. Clear hai bachcho sabhi ko? Jaldi se quickly put a thumbs up now. Are you all ready for the vocabulary, for the article reading? Sanju says, ma'am, I am single. No worries. Even if this situation happens or comes in life, you'll remember Amrit ma'am taught us one phrasal verb, to ran into or to run into. Clear, guys? All of you, thumbs up. Are you all excited? Are you all loving the way we are reading the words? See, guys, early in the morning, we cannot have some monotonous session which makes our whole day very monotonous. So, the words should be fun-loving words. You should have fun while learning. You should have, that you should be geared up. You should be charged up while you're learning, because these words are somewhat will stay with you for a longer period of time. Do you all agree with me here? So, moving forward with, again, the article reading. एक क्वेश्चन पूछूं गाइस छोटा सा जल्दी से, if in case अभी तो you are just looking here on the screen only and you are vacant also, not vacant, you are sitting idle also. How many of you have shared the session? दिल से बताना guys, अगर किया है तो बोलो, नहीं give me an honest reply please, right? How many of you have shared the session? Tell me till the time I am opening this article for all of you. Please tell me. So guys, two articles, two major articles are here in front of you. Right? What do you understand by these two articles here? What do you understand? Tell me. बच्चे, this says staying watchful means what? Watchful का क्या मतलब होता है? What do you mean by watchful here? So every time I tell you, whenever you go through some article, examination ho, be it examination, be it you're sitting here and understanding the words with me, you just have to keep one thing in mind for sure, that is you have to grab 70% of the understanding comes via your reading the heading. So you should be very firm while reading the heading. This says staying watchful. Watchful means what? Watchful means when you're staying observant, right? I will not use Hindi words to explain you. Excuse me. I will not. If you're staying watchful means on inflation risk, means staying watchful, staying observant. ध्यान से observe करना. You're observing, right? I do not have any friend, that's why I do not share. Oh, Ira. So you do not have any WhatsApp groups or something like that, is it? Tell me, please, is it? Is it the way? Tell me. So staying observant, when you stay aware of something. Now staying observant, staying aware here will lead you on what specific ground this is saying. This is talking about inflation. Inflation, you all know, when we talk about price rise, this is called inflation, not invasion. This is called inflation here, right? So when you are observant, now people will say, ma'am, what is observant? जब आप aware हैं, जब आपको जानकारी है, you are aware. So staying aware, प्लीज अवेयर रहिए फॉर दी ऑन इन्फ्लेशन रिस्क, जो कि प्राइस राइज का रिस्क है, उसके लिए inflation risk undermining the growth and the macroeconomics stability. Now this is something, my dear, where we will understand about the inflation, how this is risking undermining the growth and the macroeconomic stability, how the stability is here undermining, how the growth is undermined here. This is all we will be reading in this particular. Very good, Hari Krishna. I ran into my old friend. Very good. Very good. Excellent. Moving forward, this is aware. This is clear to all of you. Next heading, this is also the editorial's heading only. So you all know editorial is divided into 4 parts here. One is this. So it is divided in this section. One is this editorial part. This is the editorial page. One big article here, one big article is here, right? So 3 and 4. At the bottom, sometimes you get something or sometimes you do not get anything. The next article, so this is the first one which we have done was the inflation. The second one we are doing it is this one, saying and asking you what? saying and asking you twin trouble means on the rumble in the AIA DMK. What is rumble? Please tell me the meaning. Quickly tell me. The AIA DMK needs बहुत ही बढ़िया Kshitij Sam Gupta has answered here. So the AIA DMK needs to get its house in order to mount any challenge to the DMK. This is what is there in the, there's a twin trouble happening here. What do you understand, guys? Have your time and understand, please. Noise, shore, roar, this is all is called rumble. When you roar, that roaring part is called rumble here. Anyone come up with the answers quickly. So that thunder, that, right, that's the twin thunder here. So we are understanding about the this particular party here, that is AIA DMK. This is also clear to all of you. Then we are talking about that is twin trouble on the rumble of the AIA. Clear, guys? Yes or no? So this is all India Anna Dravida Munitara Kazagam. Clear hai? Yes or no? Sticking on to the very first paragraph here. I will be making the, I'll just try to zoom in the screen, make a low continuous sound. Okay, I'll do that. Okay? So moving forward with this particular part, which says what? Saying watchful on the inflation risk, and this is saying inflation risk undermining the growth and the macroeconomics. So herein this is very clear, guys. We'll be understanding about inflation, we'll be understanding about the growth, we'll be understanding how the things are happening here and how one has to be watchful, how one has to be observant and aware of this particular thing. Clear to everyone? Moving forward, saying the concerned, not the concerned, the concerted efforts made by the RBI here, that is the Reserve Bank. What I'll do is, dear students, I will give you good 20-30 seconds. अच्छे से इसको पढ़ लीजिए. The moment you are done, we will read this. Clear to everyone? Have your time. Read it. Once you are done, please come up with a thumbs up. I will explain you. Come up. What do you understand? The concerted efforts made by the Reserve Bank and the Union government to contain the inflation, this appear to be behaving some impact, albeit marginal. What is albeit marginal? Albeit means here though. You have heard and read about the word called though. So though marginal. Though is not that number 2 wala though. I am not saying some numerical term here, though. बहुत अच्छा है. वेरी गुड युवराज. पढ़ने से पहले ही आपने बोल दिया. हाँ, वेरी गुड. We will come on every word. Do not worry. पहले have time and understand, guys. Now, imperceptible means what? Something which is unnoticeable here. Now, this is saying in slowing the pace of the price gains, the latest retail inflation data show what the price gains as the measured by the consumer price index. Now, price gains are always measured by CPI, that is the consumer price index. This makes sure that they are focusing on the price rise or the price gains. Eased almost the imperceptibly to 7.01% in June. Now a fact and figure is here, something which is unnoticeable, and 7.4. So from this much in June to this much in May, with the food price inflation slowing with a distinct 22 basis points this much. Of the 12 items comprising the food and the beverages basket, almost half the weight of the CPI, the prices of pulses and the edible oils both shrank from a month earlier. Prices of the key cooking medium, which had been on a boil amid a supply shock from Ukraine and Indonesia, have cooled, helped by the import duty reductions. Very, very clear, guys. This is telling us about everything about CPI, that is the consumer price index over here. Something which is again here saying that the price gains which were measured by this, they eased almost the unnoticeable to the June and May, the fact and figure which is mentioned here. Clear to everyone? Arey wow, thank you, Yuvraj. Thank you. So something which is unnoticeable here. I'll just put the word here. Clear है बच्चे सभी को? So इसमें herein they're discussing that what all things rose to a higher price and what all things were stagnant. Right, this is also very clear. So the prices of pulses and edible oils both shrank from a month earlier. They shrank. But if we talk about the prices of the cooking medium, which had been a boil, again, boil on a more side, higher side. Amid the supply shock that is from the Ukraine and Indonesia, they have cooled, helped by the import duty reductions. Year on year, inflation on oils and fats decelerated last month by a whopping 390 basis points on 9.4%, with the index shrinking to 0.7% on a sequential basis. Clear to everyone till here? We have understood probably the better part in a nicer way. Clear? Very small, concise, but again, very, very useful. I think you all should be aware of the price rise of the inflation. Now just read from here to here. A short, crisp paragraph, but again, this is quite meaningful. Please come up, guys, giving you a while to understand this. जहां से मार्क किया है, प्लीज उसे पढ़िए so that we can understand. जल्दी से पढ़ के quickly thumbs up लगा दीजिए, please. So you have learned new words. I'm quite sure about it. Whooping, you all know. Come up, whooping. So Harsh Patel, when we talk about CPIs here, they are measured in this basis, 22 basis, this basis, facts and figures, right? Whooping, you all know, something which is very huge, something which is very massive, giant is called whooping. The other major, and the prices of the pulses contracted both from the year earlier and the preceding month. Preceding, you all know, ek pehle wala, something which is coming in rank or order prior to the other one. So the other major positive signs of policy measure translating to softer prices with the transportation fuels, the center's reduction of the excise duty. Very simple language. On the petrol and diesel in the May, this manifested in a significant easing in inflation in the transport and communication index, and year on year the rate slowed. The rate slowed by 260 basis points to 6.9%, while the sequentially it shrank by 120 basis points. Clear hai bachche? Jaldi se. Herein we have understood how the price have been rising, how they have been reducing, on what particular items they have been rising. किस किस पे कितना कितना पॉइंट बढ़ा. क्लियर है? जस्ट पुट अ क्विक थम्स अप दैट यस मैम, दिस इज क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ अस. So what do you mean by manifest here? Something which is very, in May, manifested a significant easing, something which is very clear, my dear. Chaliye, how was the paragraph? Was it easy? Was it good? It was very easy. It was good to know about the inflation, being watchful. And again, my dear, you will notice you have learned many good new words over here. Clear to everyone? When we talk about this particular thing. Clear hai? Yes or no? Quickly. Thumbs up to लगाएंगे जल्दी से एक एक करके. Do you all love the session? Perfect. Glad you loved it. So, एक छोटी सी बात, छोटा information here I would like to, just discuss with all of you is this, my dear. If anyone or anyone out of you is looking forward to the Maximize this and check. Okay, so if anyone is looking forward for the paid courses or some batches, some test series, because it's time to practice more and more, not a foundation but a information for all of you, right, bache? So you can anyways go and check the good test series is here in front of you. Of course, if you talk about this test pack, bache, this is also available, and if you explore further and go here, all right, I'll tell you here. You can just put in my name directly if in case you are looking forward for some IBPS batches only, because IBPS is something which is out and still the date is on for the notification is out. The form filling date is on and it will be there till I think yes, 21st of July is the last day to fill up the form for IBPS clerk. So kindly pull up your socks. हाँ, ये वाला पार्ट ही बहुत अच्छा है. Which part? तो गाइज कुछ तो ऐसा होगा ना जो भीड़ भाड़ में यहाँ नहीं मिलेगा और पेड बैच में मिलेगा. देयर मस्ट बी समथिंग, of course. And what is that something? That practice, that dedication. We are not able to have that much time over here and understand everything, but in paid batches we will get that. Clear है बच्चे? चलिए, so Amrit Kaur, जैसे you will type in here, you will see what would you see here? You will see बैंक प्राइम टेस्ट पैक. क्लियर? 1200 टेस्ट है. सिर्फ कोड का एक ध्यान रख लीजिए बच्चे. कोड है आपके पास Y536S. क्विकली ये कोड लगाएंगे, ये आपको सिर्फ 800 का पड़ेगा पूरा टेस्ट पैक. 1200 पेपर्स हैं. बुक सेट खरीदना है किसी को तब भी ये कोड वर्क करेगा. एंड दिस इज ओनली फॉर, दिस विल मेक यू फॉर 1700. 8 सेट ऑफ बुक्स अवेलेबल है. आई हैव ऑल्सो डन वन स्पेशल सेशन ऑन इम्पोर्टेंट बुक्स. अगर आपकी इच्छा हो उसको प्लीज एक बारी जरूर देखिए. अदर देन दैट आई वुड रादर टेल यू टू फोकस ऑन the IBPS clerk batch. एक बारी जल्दी से I will quickly बता देती हूँ. If anyone you know who's looking up will, I'm sure that will help. So again, IBPS clerk, this says a complete prelims plus mains batch over here, guys, and this says this is the only foundation batch if we talk about. Clear है सभी को? Quickly. So if I click onto the complete batch, पूरा तैयारी करना है यहाँ से. View offers पे you will go, put in the code. Code here says what? एक कोड याद रखना है गाइस, Y536 Y536 1800 for 6 months, एक महीना मतलब 300. चलिए देख लेना. Next session is at 11 AM. Do not forget to join the session on time, which is very very important. And we will be meeting again. Please, whosoever is new in my class, make sure you are doing a screenshot. I am taking 4 sessions here, and all these 4 sessions are equally important because this focus is just on vocabulary. इसका focus सिर्फ आपके RRB पे है, and 4 PM is for clock. Thank you, and I'll see you all in sharp 2 hours. Take care, guys. Bye, and see you soon. एंड येस, ये अपने ब्यूटीफुल कमेंट्स कमेंट बॉक्स में लिखना मत भूलना जब वीडियो खत्म हो जाता है, ओवर हो जाता है, एट द बॉटम. थैंक यू. नो गुड नाइट सैम, प्लीज. इट्स जस्ट द मॉर्निंग राइट नाउ.